Allô, allô. Ça change pas grand-chose. Ok, on commence dans 3 minutes. Je peux commencer? Hello everyone. Are you ready? Okay. Who speak French in the room, please? Can you? Ah, cool. Who speak only English? Okay. You prefer French or English? I can give you say that whole the slideshow is in English, so I can switch in French and English because I'm not native. And I have a cheat sheet. Bon, on va commencer. Ok. Ok. Ah bah je peux aussi. Ok. Let's begin the show. Well, 34 minutes to invade DayZ. And first of all, let me share the short URL so you can take a picture if you want. Who is connected to the Wi-Fi in this room? Okay. So, je vous laisse prendre la photo. And because I'm not native, I have written a transcript in English, so I can show you. Oh. It's the text of the presentation is in English, so you can scroll the text, and it will be more easy for me because I'm a little bit stressed. Bon, let's go. Okay. This slideshow is protected by Creative Commons and peer production license. As it is written, the rules are simple. Commoners, cooperative, and non-profit ventures can share and reuse the document, and commercial ventures can reuse the document if they commit to be in reciprocity. Voilà. So, now that you have mentioned the game rule, let me introduce Clément, the star here, and me, Nicolas. We are two guys engaged in a community called DayZ. For the curious people, DayZ is an acronym. We stand for Decentralized Autonomous Interconnect System for Energy Efficiency. In other words, the purpose is to collectively investigate complex issues at the intersection of technology in one side and ethics in other side, as ETHEREUM, in fact. For serious people, we can describe DayZ as a multidisciplinary research program who address complex issues related to energy transition. And like a good blockbuster, I'm kidding. This research program is co-produced by Lamine, who is basically a citizen lab based in Lyon, a town at the center of France, and Cell Labs, who is a research studio co-founded by Clément and me in 2014 with the ambition to leverage emerging technology in society. Okay. The first part, it's called Inconvenience Room. Oui, ça fait référence à Al Gore, vous le savez. Yeah, it's serious. As you all know, technology is a magic answer to absolutely all the questions of the universe. As a consequence, we have to ask ourselves, what is the question? For the people engaged in DayZ, this question is both simple and fundamental. In short, as a human civilization, can we survive Anthropocene? If you're not familiar to the concept of Anthropocene, basically, it describes our epoch where how the humanity has a fucking huge impact on Earth. It's not a joke. I'm serious. According to the W3C community group, where we can afford, if no structural measure is taken, the energy need to power the infrastructure of the web in 2030, little over 10 years, will be tantamount to the energy consumed by humanity, whole the humanity, in 2008. It's real figures. I'm not joking. What does it mean? It's very simple. Energy is a limit for absolutely everything. It's a limit for the software economy. It's a limit for whole the industry. Maybe we want to know? Okay. What's the consequence? We are condemned to reconsider our relation to energy at all the scale, local to global, global to local. In this under-heavy constrained world, it's logic to see new infrastructure and company to emerge, like Tesla. You know the guy? In other words, we are entering a new world where hybrid infrastructure, combining what we exist and what is emerging, are the new norm. And in this world, we believe, member of DAISY, strongly that Ethereum has a prominent role to play as an efficient world global computer. This is the doctrine. I repeat myself, energy is precious. In order to orchestrate energy grid, we need more intelligent governance system, and the system could be allowed by Ethereum. It's an hypothesis. More concretely, we are making the hypothesis that Ethereum could address growing complexity in the administration of energy data. Part 2, called no bullshit. So, let's begin to talk about what we are seeking to achieve with Ethereum. Actually, we are starting 2016 as a bunch of amateurs. And we have passionately done our homeworks. Energy politics, smart contract, Ethereum written, etc. And after 1 year of hard working, we have arrived to prototype we combine 1, simulate energy data. 2, local Ethereum blockchain that relies on a network of Raspberry Pi. 3, automated energy transactions through Ethereum smart contract embedding predefined rules. And like Ethereum, the good news is that the technical documentation of the prototype is integrally documented under Creative Commons and GPL 3 license. I think this is the most important part of the presentation. What we'll learn. In energy sector, especially in the perspective of energy transition, we need to think beyond blockchain. Blockchain is not magic, and blockchain doesn't work now for energy sector. 2, data transfer cost. The low cost of small amount transaction is verified in the case of limit interaction with the blockchain. If permanent interaction with the blockchain is required, such as in energy sector with real-time production and real-time consumption, the fees pinning up can entail high amount bills. 3, in energy sector, real-time is a fucking problem. Why? Due to the consensus processes validation, mining process, etc., block validation for a blockchain use on a regular basis take from a few seconds to a few minutes. This is not real time, And that is a very strong limitation in the case of energy, where it is necessary to guarantee in real time the consume and produce amount if you want to keep the link between the transaction process and the physical electricity exchange process. And sorry guys, but in our case, blockchains are not designed to store a huge amount of data. The more data you store, the heavier your blockchain, thus you lose in flexibility. So, in our opinion, blockchain technology alone, its doctrine, is very reductive. But the underlying philosophy is powerful to think the future of infrastructure. En d'autres termes, pour le dire en français simplement, Ethereum est un truc génial, mais pas du tout prêt et pas du tout mûr pour effectivement engager une transition énergétique. Et ça, c'est un résultat expérimental. After this few months of geeky exploration, we thought to change our approach. So basically, we made a call for experimentation in the real world. Also, we've given up our computer and we met David Jenner, the guy here, who is administrator of the electric power utility of Prats de Moyo. Let me introduce Prats de Moyo. Prats, it's a charming 1,000-year-old village located in south of lovely France, in Catalan-Pyrénées. Much more interesting for our business. Prats is equipped with an 100-year-old municipal electrical utility that has been operating a hydroelectric dam. And we have a question. Oh, sorry. Si jamais tu veux. No? Okay, très bien. Remember, set the price, remember, technology is the answer, but what is the fucking question? At Prats, we have a question. In short, Prats, it's a transition town committed to being totally self-sufficient in renewable energy by 2021. And what's the role of DAISY? We are building collectively with all the stakeholders, city council, electricity utility, inhabitants, who habit in Prats, to build a citizen-governed data platform conform to the French and European regulation. And to be more honest, we have been involved since 6 months in the co-design and co-building in this new kind of data management system. Alors, je le fais en français rapidement, mais concrètement, à votre gauche, vous avez un système qui vous permet effectivement, sous la forme d'une carte, de représenter les flux d'énergie. Et à droite, en fait, vous avez tout le cycle de vie de la donnée, de la captation jusqu'au transfert, jusqu'à l'agrégation et jusqu'à l'analyse. C'est ce qu'on appelle tout le cycle de vie de la donnée. Remember, we have a transcript in English, no problem. So what's next? It's the funky part. Now, what we're doing. First, we are sharing knowledge through bootcamps. And we are open to every opportunity. And we do love to travel. En fait, on est allé à Strasbourg, on est allé à Nantes et on est allé à Rennes. Et on a rencontré des gens extrêmement intéressés dans le domaine de l'IoT, dans le domaine de l'agrégation d'informations. Et on est en train de construire un cluster. Est-ce qu'il y a des gens d'IExec dans la salle? Non, d'accord. Secondly, we are participating to the iExec DAP Challenge. Actually, our goal is to achieve a nice and fully functional DAP. Et on va y arriver. Spéciale dédicace pour Cyril. Thirdly, we are playing with a new design tool like Blockchain Studio, who is powerful to modelize system and write smart contracts. Pour le dire en français rapidement, là à droite, vous avez un smart contract qui a été créé en Blockly, qui fonctionne et qui a effectivement un équivalent en Solidity. Et ça, on l'a fait en 30 minutes, top chrono.
sur la base du modèle qui est juste à gauche, qui est un modèle hyper rudimentaire, avec un producteur, un consommateur et un contrat qui fait la passerelle. Et ça marche.
Fourthly, we are joining force with a new venture who is engaged in the conception of an Ethereum-based vote framework. Et ils n'étaient pas prêts pour le montrer aujourd'hui, ils avaient un peu peur. Voilà. Et 5, last but not least, we are getting closer to our homologue, more explicitly with LO3 Energy, famous for its experience in Brooklyn, and Energy Collective, less famous, but extremely interesting. They give a talk this afternoon here in HCC in order to describe the work. Et concrètement, ils sont super en avance et je pense que c'est vraiment des gens à connaître. Be aware, we're always eager to cooperate with new talent. We're always open to partnership. And last but not least, we're always looking for fantastic field in all over the world. Don't hesitate to contact us for more information. We have a chat and a contact mail. We have a meetup and we code with GitHub. And because we do have one more thing, we do love DAO and we are working on it. Voilà. If you have technical questions, I have a wonderful partner, very fluent in English, here in front of me. His name is Clément Empier. He's the co-founder of the Labs. Yes.
Thank you for your presentation. You quickly went over the blockchain studio. Can you go back to it? I haven't seen it before. I'm very interested in.
Yeah, it's a new tool.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
made in France.
Ah, nice.
It's for noob. It's very simple. We have 3 or 4 steps. In the first step, you define the actors. In the second step, you modelize the system. In the third step, you write a concrete smart contract in Blockly. I don't know if you know Blockly. It's a visual programming language, edited by Google. Nobody's perfect. And 4, you have the implementation automatically of the Solidity contract. Et ce qui est super, c'est que ça prend 1 heure maximum. It's fast prototyping.
Yes, nice. Who built it?
The company who called Blockchain Studio. Okay. They are based in Paris and Nantes, and they are just working with them. With Celabs. We are our company with Clément.
Okay.
It's a partnership.
Thank you.
And I can give you the price if you want for the license. Oui? Ah, pardon.
You mentioned the problem of real-time communication as one of the limitations, like of blockchains, like real-time interaction. Have you tried payment channels? I guess you did, but like that are a good solution to this problem of yours. Payment channels. I don't know. It's like a.
Maybe you can.
Yeah.
Give a question to the technical guy. Your question is about real-time?
Yeah. Real-time exchange of value on Ethereum blockchain. There is this construct of payment channels which solve this problem.
We've looked at some of the limitation and implementing other technology, but it was not the priority at the moment because of the use case. But clearly, some of the limitation that Nicolas presented in terms of storage, transaction cost, time, and etc. are being already tackled by the Ethereum community and more largely the blockchain communities with other protocols like Cosmos, EOS, and others. So we are just a very simple and very small and humble participant, and we are just looking at who is doing what and could be able to solve this kind of project. problem, sorry, but we don't really have the capacity to solve it by ourselves. But clearly some people are working on this.
Yeah. Okay, it's for a longer discussion. I won't bother with it.
Cool. Another way to answer to your question while you are maybe giving the mic is, Nicolas said it very well. Blockchain is very interesting, but you have to, I don't have to tell you this, of course, but we have to remember that it's still information system technology. And because of this, there is a lot of the other alternatives. And when we look at the way the informatics has been building itself over the last few decades, it's good to remember that it's still on the early stage and we are still young with this kind of processes. And a lot of the way the internet has been built have a lot of advantage and advanced in solving some of our problem, but it also have a lot of limitation by the way we've built it. So for example, we've been looking at, to answer to your question, not just how do you look for other blockchain protocol to solve some of these kind of things, but for example, instead of looking for decentralization, what happens if you become hyper centralized or hyper disconnected instead of being always on the cloud, for example. And by this kind of being on the ground and confronted to the problem and what the people are witnessing and being and trying to solve, we realize that most of the time it's more of a way of changing the reference, the way you think about information system. And we believe, and we are doing some prototyping on some other project, into looking at could we build network, could we share information, could we store it, could we protect it in different ways that are not really following the general mainstream. And I think there is a lot of things that will come out from the research that a lot of the community, and probably most of you here in the room, are doing, because blockchain is still in the early stage, and we are going to see the same way blockchain is already built on underlying pre-existing technology. The same case happening with what Nicolas was talking about, hybridization, and bringing other technology, other protocol, not just blockchain, to be able to solve these kind of things. And so EPFS, for example, for storage was a good example. Zero knowledge proof to be able to tackle some of the privacy issue and etc. And one of the things that we didn't talk about here, but we've been lucky to meet the Ethereum community and meet people like Christophe, Stéphane, Vitalik, Vlad, Gav, and all these kind of people for a few years now. And we had the chance and privilege, in many cases, to work with them, to learn with them, and thanks to also Koala, Primavera, for example, and Constance. And we've seen the progress of these communities over the years, and it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resource. And Vitalik always remind to people that it's going to take a long time, and it's not going to be very fast. And that's why we think building it on top of other communities to be able to go to other disciplines or even industries is necessary, because most of the time the solutions are going to come from other elements, not just from the blockchain center research approach.
You can ask me question if you want.
Merci.